Chloe's been dead for 5 months today. I need to go back. I've tried 100 times by now, but my powers are gone. I've tried to get them back, but nothing works. Maybe this will. I know it's desperate, but it's all I've left to try. Life or death.
You make me wanna hide. You make me wanna go. You make me wanna lie. You make me wanna hold. Don't know about you. Sometimes I wish fade away into the darkness. I don't know about them, but sometimes I wish to disappear and never look back. No one cares, no one knows, no one gives a shit. No one cared, no one held, no one gave a shit. No one felt, no one showed, no one talked to me. No one said, no one called, no one noticed me. If I could run away, leave it all behind, and just go straight. If I could run away, just run away, run away. You make me wanna fight. You make me wanna love. You make me wanna try. All the things you've done.
Washing her hands clean felt like wishful thinking. She expected the water to run red any moment. Luxury RV or not, the bathroom was by necessity a cramped cubicle of function over form. Sink, mirrored cabinet, toilet, and trash can crammed inside a 3x6 room. No amount of round design and expensive fixtures could take the oppressive sense of enclosure away. It didn't go as far as airplane bathroom, but it sure reminded her of one. Avoiding her own eyes in the mirror, Max noticed the toothbrushes in the holder next to the tap. Blue and gray. The blue one had Chloe written in black marker along the handle. And the funniest part was that she didn't think she'd care anymore if Chloe used hers. Oh, how people change. By now, she might have been taking a bit longer than necessary for this. Sure, she had to pee quite badly, but she also needed a minute to process the madness her alternate selves have gone through. Actually, make that 10 minutes. What she said was true. She didn't go out of her way to kill those people. That honor was reserved for 216 Arcadia Bay residents. Still, it was a stark difference, wasn't it? To let a storm follow its course, to press the muzzle of a gun to someone's head and pull the trigger. There was something inside her it didn't hesitate to do either. She didn't hesitate in the junkyard, did she? She would have shot Frank if there had been bullets left in the gun. It seemed to be the same constant underlying all that she'd done. Chloe came before everyone and everything. No exceptions. She would do whatever it took to see her through, however questionable or brutal. She was proud of it. She was afraid of it. She let the water run and made it a point to stare at herself in the mirror. Don't avoid it. This is who you are. I could call myself 100 names, but I refuse to ever again be a coward, she told herself.
Kinda getting used to the hair color though, as frumpy as my current ponytail may be. And I still bother with a touch of eyeshadow plus eyeliner, looks like. It was always my one concession in makeup culture. My face looks even more bland and puffy without it.
Although, some people appeared to think she was super pretty. They were allegedly crazy about her freckles.
Don't believe anything she says. She just wants to get into your pants. It still felt stupid good to hear her say it. Makes me want to roll my eyes. I blush furiously because my girlfriend said I'm pretty. She's my girlfriend now, right? We said the L word to one another just a moment ago. Pretty sure that makes it official if it wasn't already. The thought gives me the most amazing jitters. Gosh, I've never even dated anyone before. And now I moved in with my girlfriend of 5 months. Welcome to the love life of a time traveler.
The transition happened before her eyes. Immediate yet smooth, without a shock to the senses. The background on the other side of the mirror shifted shapes and colors, and she was now staring at herself, sitting in a gray room, in a gray chair. The voice she heard came from the side, out of frame.
I don't understand why you don't like Maxine. It's a cool name. I like it a lot.
It was a woman's voice, somewhat high-pitched and young. Max stayed in a transfixed stare. She was still in the bathroom. She raised her hand, and her reflection tried to, but was stopped by the restraints.
But fine, whichever you prefer. I just don't get it. Why not work for him? He treats me with respect and the pay is great. You just need to do what you're told and not ask questions. It's a good deal, Max. What did the world ever do for us anyway? What are you even trying to accomplish?
Her reflection looked at whoever was talking, eyes seething with resentment. She mimicked her own movements, but there was only tile on her end.
Stop playing with my thoughts.
The last word came out of her mouth, and the image shifted again as quickly as before. The mirror was just a mirror. Once more, everything is as it was.
What the fuck just happened? Chloe?
Yeah? Did you fall in?
Do you mind coming in here?
I knew it. Your butt finally became so narrow that you fell right into the toilet.
I didn't fall into the toilet. Just get over here.
I'll bring a plunger just in case.
Max kept staring into her reflection while she moved out there. Nothing changes. She slid the door open. There was an actual plunger in her hand. Chloe committed to her gags. She gestured at the mirror.
Have I ever seen weird visions while looking into this?
She put the thing down, her ridiculous grin fading to concern.
No. Not that you've ever told me, at least.
She touched Max's arm.
What did you see? Are you okay? Did it hurt?
It didn't hurt at all.
She told Chloe exactly what she saw. Her face had drawn into a dark scowl by the time she was done.
Alexis Derrick. We haven't met her in this timeline, but I'm sure you can guess that Betamax had a pretty big score to settle with her.
Miss Derrick. One line for every lie.
She couldn't contain a shudder.
She sounded like just a kid.
You told me way back that she's about our age, so she's as much as a kid as we are, I guess.
She's spirit touched?
Hell if I know which spirit it is, but she's like some kind of telepath? Mind control, or at least suggestion? Or inducing emotions, or something along those lines. Like I said, nobody was answering questions when you were with them.
Gosh, how many of these people do we have to worry about?
4 that we know of for sure. Well, 3, if you don't count Helen. Though she's pretty pissed right now. Prescott himself is still a wild card.
Why is she pissed? What happened? Can we even trust this person?
We were supposed to deliver today. She helped us for that express purpose. Bitch was screaming at me at Skype earlier while you were sleeping. But yeah, pretty sure we can trust her after what you did.
Chloe lightly touched her shoulder and leaned closer, concern in her eyes.
Max, seriously, what's going on? It's like our memories are bleeding through from our other self. It's never been like this. You always lose everything.
I don't know, Chloe.
Her own words echoed inside her head. Get used to seeing weird shit. Is this what she'd meant? Or was this completely new? Either way, she was not excited about it.
Let's assume it's a good thing. It could be a good thing, right?
Oh yeah, that always works out for us.
Well, I can't do anything about it anyway, can I? So might as well stay positive.
Chloe only pursed her lips for a response. So she leaned in and kissed them, brief and casual.
Don't worry about it, girlfriend.
Her startled smile made Max's hands itch for a camera. She wanted to capture every bit of spontaneous delight in her features and treasure it forever. Also, she really liked her nose stud. Chloe reached down and entangled their fingers.
You know, I've been careful not to mention it because you totally freak out, but it's wife, actually. We got married in Seattle 3 weeks ago.
Time dropped to a slow motion without any help from her powers. She could feel her eyes widen and her breath catch in her throat. She was frozen in place, staring like she just grew a second head. With the hand she kept hidden behind the doorframe, Chloe brought her camera up to eye level, pointed the lens at her, and snapped the shot. She let go of Max's hands and calmly shake the photo before presenting it to her.
I'm also pregnant, and you're the father.
She looked down at the picture. The contours of the dorkiest expression ever committed to film were already taking shape. She looked back at her just to find a shit-eating grin plastered on her face.
Payback's a bitch, isn't it?
You were such a liar. I totally believed you.
She started laughing. Max shoved at her shoulder, though honestly, she couldn't even pretend to be mad.
You're fixing lunch for me now, just because of that.
She was beaming like Max had just given her the greatest news ever conceived.
You hungry?
Starving, actually. Did I even have breakfast?
No, and it bothers the crap out of me. Don't get me started on your eating habits these days.
Chloe looked down, hooked a finger in her pants pocket, and slid in the photo, giving her a wink.
Promise you'll show it to me after you rewind for the last time today?
Oh, shit. That's right. We're rewinding all this. Are you sure?
For the bajillionth time, yes. It's no big deal.
But I said... We told each other...
Just tell me it again. It'll be amazing to hear it out of the blue. Or wait, maybe you're running out of I love yous. You have them in short supply. Is that it?
Don't laugh. It was such a special moment.
Every day with you is full of special moments.
She brought Max's hand to her lips and kissed it.
I'm not greedy.
Oh my God, the way she's looking at me, thought Max. Her head was suddenly flooding with a dozen less than chaste urges. She thought her face had just caught fire. Chloe tugged at her arm so that she'd follow her into the kitchen area.
BLT or vegetable omelet. You'll love either, guaranteed.
Yeah. Decisions. Decisions are hard. BLT sounds awesome.
She'd have kissed her again if she hadn't changed the subject so quickly. Hell, she'd have done a lot more than that. Get a hold of yourself, Max. You haven't even been here a whole day, she reminded herself. The playlist had moved on to more music she didn't know, but instantly loved. along with some old favors from Sid Matters and Alt J. Chloe was basically playing a mixed tape for her, which she found adorable. She grabbed a small frying pan from the rack and switches on the stove.
Just sit back and relax, babe. I got it all covered.
Wow, do you always spoil me this much?
Only when I want to get in your pants, which is all the time.
I knew it.
Max watched her from the couch as she busied herself around the place, rolled up the blinds, snuffed out the candles, and fetched their half-finished drinks from the bedroom. Prepared all the ingredients. There was something deeply comforting about it. She was at ease in her domain, humming along to I Might Float as the bacon snapped and sizzled on the pan. It was so peaceful and harmless. This is what normal life would feel like. She realized Max was watching and smiled.
I sure hope you brought pancake-loving Max back with you.
I noticed in the mirror I'm a bit bonier than usual.
Yes, thank you. You kept brushing me off like it's no big deal. I know that on bad days, everything tastes like ash, but I don't give a shit. Eat the damn food anyways. You're already skinny to begin with.
Ha, you really are my mom.
Chloe shook the pan at her.
Watch it, Missy. Keep giving me that attitude, and all you'll get is Brussels sprouts.
The smell alone was making her drool. She couldn't wait to nosh on Chloe's handcrafted, bacony goodness. A minute later, she's handing her a sandwich-laden plate and sitting next to her with her own, which was great because she didn't want to make a pig of herself while she just watches. She plucked the half-empty bag of chips from the armrest and propped it up between them.
Thank you, Chloe. This is great.
Everything's great if there's bacon involved. Come on, bite into it.
She obeyed without objection. She liked this nurturing side of hers. It feels good to be cared for once in a while.
Not good.
Of course it is. It's an ancient recipe passed down from the Price family line for countless generations. And the secret is...
Lots of bacon?
She took a hearty bite and talked past her cud.
So, where were we going with the story?
Actually, could we maybe just hang out for a while? Or watch a movie or something?
She cringed with sympathy.
All this stuff is a lot to process, isn't it?
You could say that. I think I have question fatigue. I could stand turning off my brain for a couple hours.
You say it like it's ever on.
Max half-heartedly shoved her with her elbow.
Smartass.
I suppose I can allow it since it's your first day. We're kind of tight on time right now, but we got some breathing room.
That's a joke, right? I am a walking time machine. We can afford a little bit of peace.
Didn't take you long to be full of yourself. You can't rewind the same 4 hours indefinitely, Supermax. It wears you down. And even if it didn't, you still have to get sleep at some point. If all goes well from my standpoint, in the final timeline, you'll be awake till the marker, and then suddenly get tired and go back to sleep. Your cardigan rhythm is totally out of whack.
But why the hurry? Aren't we safe here?
We were, but we got close to Prescott today before you showed up. We won't go unnoticed for long, and the hunt is on. Helen said she can only stall for 3 days tops, and we need to set off on the decoys and be long gone by then. She really does have the right to be mad this time. She's risking everything to help us, out of self-interest, but still.
Chloe set her plate aside and crawled on all fours to browse the shelf straight ahead, under the wall-mounted TV.
Let's forget all of that for now, okay? You're right, we deserve a bit of R&R.
She dragged her fingers through the DVD spines and picked one. Max was absolutely not staring at her butt or exposed midriff. Nope, not at all.
We've been watching a crap ton of Futurama in our downtime lately. I know for a fact you'll like this one.
She popped it out of the case and slid it into the player. She came back to her seat with a handful of remotes, turned off the music, turned on the TV, navigated menus. Bender's Big Score, it said on the screen.
Man, talk about an awesome plasma. Eat your heart out, Victoria.
She was making a mess of herself. She shouldn't have taken such a big bite. She wiped at her mouth with the back of her hand.
I'm down for whatever, but I was actually wondering if you have fight.
Max,
Chloe turned to her and leaned close. Her eyes were wide and intensely focused. There was a hint of warning in her stare, an edge of desperation to her features.
If you ask me to put on Spirits Within again, I will barf.
Well, Futurama it was then.
I'll save my bread and take it with me till 100 years or so. Shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. You can freeze like a 30th century man, like a 30th century man.
So I got a job at the head museum and waited for the wonderful day when Leela would arrive. Everything was perfect until Hermes exploded at our wedding. That's when I learned that as a time paradox duplicate, I too was doomed. I couldn't put Leela through that, so I called it off. I'm sorry, Leela.
I understand.
That concludes another silly willy video, Will.
He was a good man, Leela.
Yeah, you were.
Well, I guess that wraps everything up in a nice paradox-free bow.
Not quite, my wrinkly brother.
Right on. In order for any of this to make any sense at all, someone must make one final trip back in time to put the coat on Fry's ass in the first place.
Sounds like a job for me. Bender. 0011000100. Mission accomplished.
You put the time code on my ass?
Yeah, someone's ass. Oh, and guess what? I met all these really cool guys with treasure down in the limestone cavern. So I invited them to stick around instead of coming up when they were logically supposed to.
No. No! Everyone out of the universe! Quick!
What's the worst that can happen? Well, we're boned.
I'm gonna get 24th century on his ass.